everyone, I'm Shapriya. Welcome to C3 Kids Church Online. I'm coming to you from Community Christian Church in White Marsh, Maryland, where we are all about helping people find their way back to God. C3 Kids Online is a place for kindergartners through third graders to learn all about Jesus and how much He loves us. This month, we are learning all about the life app of hope. Hope is believing that something good can come out of something bad. All of us go through things from time to time. It's like we can only see one small piece of the puzzle, but God sees the bigger picture. So it's good to remember that God can make something good come out of even the most difficult situations. Of course, the biggest reason we can have hope is because Jesus died on the cross, then came back to life. That's why we'll celebrate Easter in just a couple of weeks. Actually, I thought we could start the celebration a little bit early with a fun Easter game. In just a minute, on the screen, we'll put together a puzzle, one piece at a time. Your job is to try to guess what the puzzle is before the puzzle is complete. Got it? Great. Let's go. Probably can't see the picture just yet, but what are you thinking? This is harder than it looks. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I think I see something. Do you? I don't know, what could it be? Do you have it yet? I thought I did, but I was wrong. This is a little bit difficult. Okay, now it's getting clearer. I don't know. Did you get it? Did you guess an Easter basket? If you did, great job. It took me a while to get there, but I finally saw it. That was so much fun, but we're just getting started. Now it's time to sing a worship song together. We sing worship songs to help us think about how awesome God is, and also as a way for us to tell Him how much we love Him. And today's song is a new song for us called Hope is Alive. What a perfect song as we learn how all about hope this month. Stand up and sing along when you catch on.
When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive, yeah. No matter what tomorrow brings, I know that you'll be by my side all the time. You'll never leave me. When shadows fall, I will have no fear, 'cause you're right here. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light, and the sun will rise, and hope is with all my life. You are a light that makes a way when I am lost. You love with everything you have, no matter the cost. You are my hope and I will trust you with all my life. Yeah. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive. Yeah, hope is alive.
Oh wow, that song is just awesome. It brings me so much hope. You know what else brings me hope? Stories from the Bible. They remind me that God is powerful and that God can bring something good out of something bad. And today's story is a great example of that. Let's check out what happened with Jesus and some of his closest friends, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of John, chapter 11, verses 1 through 45.
Though Jesus had no home of his own when he began to travel and teach, there were a few places that he frequently stayed at. One was the home of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus.
Come in. We want to hear everything.
Stay as long as you like.
Mary, Martha, and Lazarus lived in the town of Bethany, just outside of Jerusalem. But the last time that Jesus had been in Jerusalem, it didn't end so well with the religious leaders.
My sheep listen to my voice. My Father who has given them to me is greater than anyone. I and the Father are one.
He just claimed to be God. What an evil thing to say.
The leaders actually picked up stones, threatening to kill Jesus. Jesus knew this was not the time to confront them, so he and his friends left and crossed over the Jordan River. While they were gone, Lazarus became very sick.
I just need to lie down.
Oh, he's burning up. We need cool water. I'll sit with him tonight.
But Lazarus didn't get better. He became more and more feverish and restless.
So hot.
Mary and Martha became so worried about their brother that they sent a messenger after Jesus. After a long journey, the messenger finally reached Jesus and his friends.
Martha and Mary say, "Lord, the one you love is sick."
Jesus turned to his friends.
This sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory. God's Son will receive glory because of it.
Perhaps Jesus' friends thought he would just heal Lazarus from a distance, but 2 days later, Jesus told his friends,
Lazarus is dead.
Wait, what?
For your benefit, I am glad I was not there. Now you will believe. But let us go to him.
Even though the religious leaders had tried to kill Jesus in Jerusalem, he chose to return for the sake of his friend. When Jesus and his friends at last neared Bethany, they were quickly spotted by the men and women who had come to comfort Lazarus' sisters.
Martha, Mary, Jesus is here.
If only he had come earlier. I have got some things to say to him.
Martha leapt up and ran to meet Jesus outside the village.
Lord, I wish you had been here. Then my brother would not have died. But I know that even now, God will give you anything you ask for.
Your brother will rise again.
I know. When people are raised from the dead on the last day.
Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this?
Yes. I believe you are the Messiah, the Son of God who is supposed to come.
Jesus nodded and looked past her.
Where is Mary?
Martha raced back to get her sister.
The teacher is here. He's asking for you.
Mary couldn't stop her tears, but she got up and hurried to meet Jesus, followed by her family and friends. When she reached him, she fell at his feet.
Lord, I wish you had been here. Then my brother would not have died.
Jesus saw her tears and the deep grief of the others around her, and his own spirit became very sad.
Where have you put him? Come and see, Lord.
As Jesus followed the crowd, his deep sadness overflowed into tears, and everyone noticed.
See how much he loved Lazarus?
Maybe. I mean, he made a blind man see. Couldn't he have showed up sooner and kept Lazarus from dying?
Soon, the group reached the cave where Lazarus's body had been laid. A large rock blocked the entrance.
Take away the stone.
But Lord, he's been in there 4 days. By now, there's a bad smell.
Didn't I tell you that if you believe, you will see God's glory?
Martha swallowed hard and nodded to several of the men standing nearby.
Go ahead.
The men braced themselves and shoved hard against the stone. The wide mouth of the cave gaped open. Jesus stood in front of it and then looked up to heaven.
Father, I thank you for hearing me. I know that you always hear me. But I said this for the benefit of the people standing here. I said it so they will believe that you sent me.
Then Jesus bent down and called loudly into the tomb.
Lazarus, come out.
For a moment, they heard nothing. And then, impossibly, they heard rustling. Lazarus stumbled out of the cave.
Lazarus!
Lazarus's face and body were still wrapped in strips of linen, but he was very much alive.
Take off the burial clothes and let him go.
Swiftly, Lazarus's friends and family unwrapped the strips of linen.
Where am I? Jesus?
Mary and Martha hugged their brother, laughing and crying.
You're alive! You died. Jesus brought you back to life.
Many of the people who had come to comfort Mary and Martha saw the incredible thing that Jesus has done, and so they believed in him.
What a story! It is so good to remember that God is more powerful than anything, even death. When Lazarus died, it wasn't the end. After 4 days, Jesus brought Lazarus back from the dead through God's power. Because of that, we can just know how powerful God is. God can make something good come out of something bad. That reminds me of our bottom line today. Whatever happens, remember God, how powerful God is. Sometimes things in life don't happen the way you think they should, and it just doesn't make sense. You might feel you're stuck, like you can only see one piece of the puzzle. You may not understand exactly how God is working in your life. When you find yourself in one of those situations or tough times, it is important to remember that God is with you. God is powerful, and God can see the bigger picture of what's happening in your life. To help you discover more about that, we have some resources linked in the description of this video. So check them out and be sure to come back next week for another episode of C3 Kids Online. See you then. Bye.